It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Jared McCain.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. They've got Sabonis. Ben Simmons is out there with Jared McCain. Then it's Alexander Saw. And it's Bird in at the 3, the small forward. And for Boston, we've got Peyton Pritchard. And it's Minot in at the power forward. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
Now, here's Brown. 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Bird outside. Outside, Simmons. Back to Bird. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Saw. Unloads. And there's Sabonis. That's good on the assist by Saw.
I mean, the NBA is just nuts these days. 6'11" guys like Sabonis. Zero fear shooting the rock.
Here's Minot. Inside and stolen by Saw. In the corner, it's Bird. A three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Brown the pass to Queta. Misses from short range.
Well, they did a great job putting a body on him, and they didn't allow him to convert.
Double team Sabonis. Launches it. They get the rebound. The layup off target. And here's Boston. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Brown against Bird. Pass to Sharman. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Saar finds Bird. Now here's Simmons. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And the closer Simmons gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes. I love watching him in attack mode.
Pass to Brown. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Pritchard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Ben Simmons. It's his first trip to the line.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
That free throw good from Pritchard. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Well, he ties things up, but it would have been nice to come away with the lead there.
Bird passes to Simmons. Back to Bird. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Here's Shireman. Pass to Queta. Stolen by Bird. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
Why not? Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that with him.
McCain finds Bird. Buries the long-range jumper. Bird's got 7 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball. Pass
to Shireman. Now Pritchard. Guarded by Simmons. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla.
We talked about Domantas Sabonis, specifically what makes him so hard to guard. Coach told me his basketball IQ and just the way he sees the floor. He just seems to know where to be at all times. And defensively, that's difficult to match up against. They'll need to find a way to contain Sabonis here in this one. Kevin, back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Pritchard against Simmons. Let's go. Boston again missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Bird passes to Simmons. Here's Shaw. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Outside for Simmons. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And do you figure, Tim, we're at that point in the season now where we can really evaluate who the top teams are?
Well, Kevin, I don't think there's any question about it. There are a handful of teams we knew coming into the season would be at the top. But now, as you look, there are additional teams starting to open our eyes, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the trade deadline to see who can make a move to close that gap at the top.
And one of the beauties of an 82-game schedule, right? You have a long time to prove yourself.
No doubt about it. There are phases to an NBA season. We're about to enter the most important one.
No good on the second free throw.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming. So it'll be Jaylen Brown shooting. That's on Ben Simmons. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
Here's Shireman after Ben Simmons' bucket. Bird against Brown, and the foul called on Larry Bird. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Jerome, he's checked in for Boston.
Number 2, Ty Jerome.
Here's Shireman. McCain defending. Here's Pritchard. It's hauled in by Bird.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
They double-team Bird. Pass to Jerome. A nice shot by McCain.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Jerome against Pritchard. Brown outside. Back to Pritchard. Shot's good. Brown making the play.
Yeah, he needed that bucket to show there isn't a lid on there.
Jerome deciding where to go with it. Bird against Brown. A fader. And it's good off the back rim and in. Bird's got 9 points.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better looks, and they are capitalizing.
Here's Pritchard. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Minot. His three-pointer's off the mark. Boston leading by 9. Pass to Bird. Rebounded by the Celtics. Brown outside. Here's Minot. Brown inside. Sabonis is there. And nice shot by Brown. He's got 5.
And very early on, Brown learned how to finish through contact, an essential skill for an NBA player to master.
Now, here is Bird. And he just worked New York in that last game. Back to Sabonis. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And Boston leads by 9.
And leave it to Sabonis that guy doesn't miss a thing.
Stolen by Bird. Sabonis' shot is off. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Brown. Puts up a deep 3. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
To the middle. Here's Bird. And Shireman pulls it down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
And he gets it to go. Sabonis has got 6.
And the defense just has no answers for him right now. With each made basket, the more his confidence continues to grow.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So both teams making some changes here. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10.
And over the last few weeks, they have really used the three-point shot to their advantage.
Last outing for Boston, they won that game against the Knicks in New York.
The mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
There is nothing better than a big win on the road for team chemistry. It is something you can build on.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
Now, here's Brown. A 24-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Just 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off a shot. Boucher. And Bull sends it back. Right wing. Here's Jerome. Buries it from three-point range. And Boston leads by 13.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Here's Coulibaly. Bird. Pass to Coulibaly. A putback. Here's Bamba. And finally they hit one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Pritchard. And they get it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Pritchard's got 6 points.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Bird outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite level passer.
Free throw good. Bird. He hits both from the stripe.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
From 12 feet out. That one off the back iron and out.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
Jerome against Joseph. Here's Garza. Shoots over Bamba. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Boston leads by 16. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Boston.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
They've got Sam Hauser. Also Chris Boucher out there. And it's Garza in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots. And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that distance, his percentages go down.
Here's Koulibaly. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Great open look there. Shanbenny's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
The 3 from Joseph. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Hauser after the basket by Boston. Out to the right wing. Here's Garza. Rebound Boston. And they are on an incredible streak right now. 20 wins in a row. Amazing.
Few teams in the history of this league have ever put together a streak like this. And you know what I think? It's going to continue beyond tonight.
You know, Tim, when you look at Bilal Koulibaly, outstanding length for a wing.
Yeah, 6'8" with the reach of Stretch Armstrong. The tools are all there. And at his young age, there is plenty of time to develop his offensive skills.
And so it's Boston with it, following the three-pointer by Boston. Bull kicks to Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
And that 7'9" wingspan on full display there. Bamba swooping in with authority.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's ready to talk things through with them. And some changes here for the Celtics. Einad's checked in, and Jaylen Brown subbed in for Sam Hauser. And then for Boston, Malik Beasley comes in for Koulibaly. And Davion Mitchell subbed in for Ty Jerome. Now, here's Boucher. Nothing on the board. Pass to Minot. Brown outside. No good, and he's 3 of 6 from the floor.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Mitchell outside. Bull setting the pick for Mitchell. Pass to Bull. Lets it go from deep. Boucher with the rebound. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Bulls. Outside, Joseph. Here's Boucher, covered by Mitchell. And here is Joseph. Puts up a 3. And another miss by Boston. It's Beasley on the wing. He's covered by Joseph. Mitchell dishes to Beasley. Back to Mitchell. Bamba in the high post. Working on Boucher. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And Shireman pulls it down. Shireman's got his 4th rebound in this one. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said, JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Guys, back over to you.
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Now, here's Joseph. Still without a basket. Here's Champagnie. Mitchell outside. Here's Champagnie. Busted. No good that time either. Up top, Brown. Fade away. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Trying to do a little too much with that fadeaway. There wasn't anyone near him.
Here's Mitchell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
And GA, a lot of the best defensive teams in the league have some stout zone looks they can go to. Where do those in a game come in handy?
I mean, often it's a way of challenging opponents to make perimeter shots, but also you want to show different looks just to kind of disrupt the rhythm of a team's offensive flow.
And he knocks down the first one. Tim, as we look at the area of modern medicine, isn't it amazing how it's helping extend playing careers?
Yeah, it's really incredible, Kevin, how these procedures now are so much less invasive. Guys come back sooner and they're able to play longer. Just look at Klay Thompson gifting his 2022 championship ring to the doctor who performed his Achilles surgery. Now that's the kind of impact these doctors are having.
It really is amazing. Here's Minot. Still yet to score. They set the pick. Joseph against Bird. The 19-foot shot. Bird with some nice D.
Well, he is fighting through it right now, still looking to get his first make of the quarter, but it's been an ugly start.
Some of the great passing small forwards in the NBA on your screen right now. These are the assist leaders at that position in the past month. You look at Bird, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
He just sees the entire floor so well. And from the wing, it's that vision that enables him to penetrate and find the open man in a very crowded area.
And a small forward demonstrating a team-first mentality, it's contagious. He's not just looking for his own shot. He wants to put teammates in a position to succeed.
Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Fires from deep. Rebound, Boston. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. Beasley, the pass to Bird, and taken away by Brown. The crossover. Shireman, good. Shireman's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Mitchell passes to Beasley. Mitchell outside. In the corner, it's Bird. Shoots over Brown. Minot pulls it in. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. Pass to Minot. Here's Keita. Pritchard with the ball. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Here's Shireman. Covered by Beasley. Shireman can't hit. Boston leading by 20. Mitchell finds Song. Back to Mitchell. Bamba passes to Sarr. Now here's Bird. And they force the shot clock violation.
celebration. Great D.
And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
You look at Czar, some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Now, here's Sabonis after Jaylen Brown's miss.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Brown. There's the pick. And another miss by Boston.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Sabonis' shot is off. The Celtics shooting a ghastly 26% from the field. Their offensive game looking completely out of whack. And here's Brown outside, and Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Sabonis. Pass to Sarr. Now Mitchell. Right side, Sabonis. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 8 points for Sabonis.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Boston making some changes. Jared McCain comes in for Malik Beasley. And Simmons subbed in for Davion Mitchell. Now Pritchard. He's got 6. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Pritchard. It's Brown on the wing. From deep three-point territory. Rebound Boston. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Just hasn't been his night so far, and if he's unable to find his rhythm, this might be a long night for them.
And up the court come the Celtics on the break.
2 minutes.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Bird against Brown. Back to Pritchard. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Pass to McCain. Can't cash in from close range. On offense, here are the Celtics. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Well, you never want to concede a game before you play it. That said, though, they were just overmatched.
And honestly, this is kind of what we expected. They ran up against a team with a very talented roster, and they just got overwhelmed.
Now here's Simmons. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. McCain's shot is off.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Brown outside. There's the 3. And Boston with the rebound. Sarr's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Sabonis. Back to Bird. Left side, Sabonis. Out to Bird. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Bird's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Shireman. Here's Cada. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Boston ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
You know, the defense really hasn't even been that good for Team Boston, Team Larry Bird. It's just the Celtics offense is unimaginative. All they're doing is just jacking up three-pointers. And this is what you see in the modern era. There's no – you look at what Team Bird is doing and this is what the Boston Celtics are doing. Team Bird's running an intricate offense, inside out, mid-range. They're just jacking up threes. That's why the score is so big.
They're a dunk contest on All-Star Weekend.
It's the modern era, man. That's how they play.
Some explosive guys on this list.
Zero-sum game for them. No nuance.
Maybe even elevator Ernie.
Yeah, that 50-inch vertical don't lie.
Neither do those shorts.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for Boston.
I couldn't tell the difference between the second unit and the first. That's how top to bottom together they've been, man.
Look at all these shots. They're all team plays or offensive rebounds and post-ups. You don't see any one-on-one off the dribble plays. It's all passing and cutting.
That is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Like I said, Team Bird's defense hasn't even been all that good. It's just the Celtics offense is just, there's no imagination. They're just shocking up threes with hands in their faces.
It's been one outstanding game from Larry Bird.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
I wouldn't want to have to be out there trying to keep up with them. It's really difficult when he shows you this kind of energy offensively.
Larry Bird sitting back, listening to Master P. Didn't think I'd be saying that today.
Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. Sarr out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Bird. Then it's Jared McCain. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. Now here's Sabonis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
And the length of Sarr is a lot to deal with. Sometimes the defense has to foul.
Free throw good, Sarr. And Tim, watching Alex Sarr, it's clear he can be a defensive game changer.
Well, his versatility is what jumps out at you, Kevin. Able to guard the three-point line and protect the rim. He's everything you want in a shot clock. Timing, length, and verticality.
And what a player Jaylen Brown has become. My goodness.
Pass to McCain. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Oh, that's blocked. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. This will be his third free throw shot of the game. And here is Brown. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Keita. Brown wide open. He fires. And the three off target. Boston shooting with confidence. 50% from the field so far. Bird, the pass to Sarr. Now McCain. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bird. The rebound by the Celtics. Brown's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Shoots the 3. Shireman, good. Shireman's got 8 points.
And what a find by Brown, demonstrating a willingness to create for teammates.
Pass to McCain. And And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Third personal foul.
And Jared McCain's rookie season, Tim, cut short by a meniscus tear in his left knee.
And before the injury, he was the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, Kevin. So he's looking to pick up where he left off and continuing that promising trajectory.
Bowl, he's checked in for Alexander Sarr.
Well, when you watch Jared McCain shoot the ball, there's no wasted motion, and he has limitless range. He's really going to be a good scorer in this league for a long time.
Here's Pritchard. He has 7, drains it from beyond the arc.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Pass to McCain. Boston again missing.
They started out this half ice cold, 0 for their first 3.
Here's Shireman. McCain defending. Cada buries it down low.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And they seem to have found something out there. I like the confidence they're playing with.
A nice shot by McCain.
And that is their first make of the third. Let's see if that gets them going.
Brown deciding where to go with it. Pass to Pritchard. Three-pointer connects from three-point range. Pritchard's got 13 points.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
And here's Bird from the arc. The rebound by the Celtics.
Well, it certainly hasn't been a smooth start after the break. Just 1 for 5 here to start the third.
Pass to Minot. Brown outside. Rebound Boston. Sabonis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. From deep. They get it again. Off target. At the rim. Here's Boston. They're on a 14-4 run. Here's Pritchard to the right side. Found down low. Guarded by Jerome. Minot can't get it to go. Boston leading by 19. Here's McCain. He has 6. Jerome passes to Bird. Nice ball movement by Boston. Hands it from downtown. Bird's got 20.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Some changes for Boston. Bamba is checked in for Sabonis. Koulibaly comes in for Larry Bird. And it's Malik Beasley in for Jared McCain. So let's head to the sideline. We've got some news on Ben Simmons. Allie, what are they saying about the prognosis?
Thanks. I got some news from Boston's head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. The good news from the training staff is that they...
So Ben Simmons is going to be out. That's going to change...
Guys?
Ben Simmons is out. He can still play, but that's going to change things now. That's a key injury to Team Bird here. Especially because they got to play Magic Johnson coming up here in 2 games and Tyrese Halliburton in the next game. It's going to be huge. The defense on Halliburton.
One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-90s. We were still flying commercial till that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there reclining fully right next to you.
You can just chalk up the points when these guys get to the line. Here are your top free throw shooters for the past month. You look at Bird, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
Now here's Beasley. Pass to Bamba. Back to Beasley. From the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, that's a little easier to do out on the perimeter.
Now here's Brown. He's got 15. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Brown's got 7 now in this quarter.
Few better athletes in the league than Jaylen Brown, and he stays in attack mode.
Bird outside. In the corner, Bull with it. Back to Bird. Boston needs to get off a shot. Bull can't hit. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And it's Brown missing.
Well, he was able to sink a triple back in the first half, but he has yet to connect here after the break.
And the dunk by Bamba.
And Bird gets a lot of love for his scoring ability, but he's also an outstanding passer for his position.
Here's Keita. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Now, here's Bull. Pass to Jerome. And here's Bird. He's covered by Brown. Fades. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Celtics. Sam Hauser comes in for Jaylen Brown. Sabonis, he's checked in for Boston. Simmons comes in for Malik Beasley. And it's Hauser in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Bird outside. Bull with it. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
Moving well in the pick and roll. Bull's understanding for how to capitalize in that spot is big.
Pritchard with the ball. Guarded by Simmons. Pass to Minot. Out to the right wing. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Shireman. Again, the miss by the Celtics. For Boston, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace.
Let's get Ben Simmons out of there. You don't want him to aggravate that injury. I guess I'll take over the unfortunately, I have to take over the management because I have all the substitution patterns already mapped out for every scene. But in this situation, you want to control this because you don't want him to aggravate that. So I guess that's going to lead to going deep to the bench. That'll give him some more minutes. And Jackson. So Simmons will be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. That's going to impact Team Bird big time, especially with the defense. And like I said, their next game is going to be against Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers. And then after that, they'll have to face Magic Johnson in Vegas. And they're going to need him for that. So it's going to be very difficult to defend Halliburton, to say nothing of Magic Johnson, without Ben Simmons. So Team Bird, I don't know if this streak's going to continue further. Now they're not at full strength now. So it's going to be very hard for Team Bird to continue this win streak without Ben Simmons.
Wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Mitchell, he's checked in for Simmons. Down low. Sabonis. Great play by Bird to set it up. Bird's got 4 assists in the game.
Getting inside, Sabonis finishes strong. You can see how comfortable he is shooting at that range.
And the basket by Hauser.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Boston leading by 23. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Domantas Sabonis is driven. He said, quote, "There's no calm time with me. There's a lot to work on to help my teammates and win games." That desperation to stay here in the NBA because I love it and try to get better, I'm always thinking about it, and I don't think that's going to change. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Joseph. Bull making his last shot. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Here's Jerome. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Bird, the pass to Sabonis. Garza pulls it in. Boston shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling. To the inside. And the basket by Hauser. Hauser's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Now Jerome. Bird finds Mitchell. Back to Bird. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Hauser. Here's Sabonis. And a slam dunk by Sabonis.
A tireless rebounder. Sabonis gives his team an edge on the glass.
Joseph, the pass to Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Now here's Boucher. Three-pointer, Pritchard. And Bull pulls it down. Boston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Bird outside. On the wing, Mitchell. Bull inside. No good from 11 feet. Here's Hauser. He's got 8, and the foul called on Larry Bird. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul, third team foul. Now
here's Brown.
For the Celtics, number 7, Jalen.
Pass to Hauser. Boston, no good that time either. And so it's Boston, holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get you back to the action after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, playing for one another. That's the definition of teamwork.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Jaylen Brown out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Chris Boucher. Then there's Sam Hauser. And it's Garza in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5. Here's Mitchell. Following the three-pointer by Boston. Here's Sabonis. Great play by Bird to set it up. Bird's got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, this team relies on his scoring, and no shocker, he's done his part.
Now here's Brown. Great D that time from Bird. Jerome against Joseph. Bird kicks the ball. At the tip, Sabonis, and a slam dunk by Sabonis.
And loving the aggression from Sabonis. Going right up for the dunk there. Nice.
Here's Brown. Outside, Joseph. Lets the 3 fly, and Bull pulls it down. Bull's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. On the wing, Bird. He's covered by Brown. Bird, the pass to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Bull. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Brown against Jerome. Over to the wing. Here's Boucher. Offline with his 3. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Bull can't hit. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Boucher finds Joseph. Back to Boucher. Brown outside. They set the screen. 5 to shoot. Boston again missing.
Well, I think at this point the whole team is pressing, but he certainly looks frustrated.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Hauser. They can't stop the run with that one. And so Bird will bring it up for Boston. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Here's Brown. Outside, Joseph. Here's Garza, defended by Sabonis. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Pascal.
There you see it. They're playing the Pacers. Then they got Showtime. Actually, they got Showtime twice in 2 weeks.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And the Celtics making a change here. Kate is checked in. Bull, the pass to Jerome. Bull kicks to Bird. Shoots over Hauser. They get it back. Sabonis. And a slam dunk by Sabonis.
And guys, we see more of this every year. Sabonis looking for his own offense.
Brown outside. Looking to get it going. And it's Hauser in the corner. Shot's good. Brown making the play.
Creating spacing. That's his third three-pointer of the night and his second this half.
Mitchell kicks to Bull. Bird outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Bird's got 22.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now here's Brown. This one for 3. Hauser misses. Joseph against Mitchell. Greg, we've had a couple of NBA Cups in the book already. What have you thought of it so far?
A little added excitement and interest early in the regular season, and I'm all for it. Between that and the play-in, I think the NBA's done a great job to kind of make every part of the calendar relevant.
Here's Boucher following the basket by Larry Bird. Pass to Boucher. And Bull sends it. And he recovers it. Boston making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, I just don't think right now they're doing a good enough job of hunting the right mismatch.
Let's get some of these seldom used players in here. Get them used to playing, get some chemistry up, because you're going to have to use them against the Pacers and Vegas going forward with Ben Simmons being out. So let's take this time to get to know some of these deep bench players at guard.
Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from
You're going to need them
here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Sarr. And here's Sabonis. Here's Bird. Got a hand on it. Here's Shireman, guarded by Jackson. With the drive. And that's collected by Bird. Bird's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Sabonis inside. Bird with the bounce pass. Nice ball movement by Boston. Sabonis sets the pick for Bird. Basket good. Bird's got 26 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Shireman. Pass to Cada. Now Pritchard. Guarded by Jackson. Here's Brown. Boston. No good that time either.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Good on the shot.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
Here's Pritchard. You know, Tim, some people love the star power of dynasties, but do you think the league's push for parity is helping the game overall?
Overall, I do believe competitive balance is good for the league. I think there are more fan bases that stay more engaged longer into the year, and that's just good for everybody.
I totally agree. Why not? Misses and the dry spell continues.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Now here's Brown. Fires the three. And Boston with the rebound. Sarr's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Bird passes to Jackson. Count it.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors.
And so it's Boston with it after the basket by Boston. Here's Brown, and he uses the glass on the layup. Brown's got 9 points now in just the second half.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Jackson passes to Sabonis. Here's Sarr. Up top, Bird. Pass to Sabonis. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist.
Man, Bird just
24 points for Sabonis.
Maestro out here.
No resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Shireman. It's good from long range.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And all of that success from the three-point line will open up driving lanes. Let's see if they can take advantage of that as well.
Now here's Bird. Shoots over Brown. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Bird's got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, he's got to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
Well, if you're going to give him that shot, he will take it any time.
Here's Cada. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Brown. Rebound, Boston. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. Bird outside. Outside, Sabonis. Shoots it. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Sabonis.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Larry Bird.
Well, he just checked so many boxes tonight. He got buckets for himself, created for his team, and as a result, he just racked up a triple-double.
Here's Pritchard. following the basket by Larry Bird. From outside the arc, Bird pulls it in.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Sarr gets the bucket.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Here's Shireman. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't
So
care.
Team Larry Bird puts on an absolute clinic here in Boston as Bird comes back. But Ben Simmons has
Well, folks, that's going to do it for
an injury, and that's going to definitely impact this team. They won tonight because the Boston Celtics were not at full strength. They don't really have a good inside rebounding presence.
Let's take a look at our player of the game, Larry Bird.
Let's check out Bird here. Yeah, but as I was saying, Team Bird putting on a clinic here, but the big story is, look, they shot 58% from the field, 7 for 21. Look at that. The Celtics just had this. They killed themselves. I mean, Team Bird played great, but it took 46 threes to make 11. I mean, you had 80 shots to work with, and 46 of them went to threes. Most of them with hands in their face. That's just stupid. I'm just going to call it. That's just stupid basketball. But that's what we see in the modern era now. When things break down, just default to just start jacking up shots. 41 points off the bench for Team Bird 2018. Look at that. They only had 10 team assists. 10. Wow. That's why you lost. Because you have no offensive identity. You just jacking up threes. It's like the YMCA out there. Look at that. 10 offensive rebounds. So and then on top of that too, not only did Team Bird shoot a great percentage, but they also killed you in the offensive glass and the defense. So you're not even getting offensive rebounds on all your misses, so you can't compete. They just got out of everything. 4 steals, 4 blocks, 49 points, the biggest lead. It was just a total domination, an absolute clinic by Team Bird. But the big story is that Ben Simmons is hurt, and this is big because if you've been following Team Bird's story, Ben Simmons is the main trigger man for this offense. He's their best defensive player, too, on perimeter players like the Kawhi Leonards of the world. Obviously, coming in next, remember, the next couple of games are going to be against Tyrese Halliburton, and then after that, Magic Johnson. And Team Bird now is on a 21-game winning streak, but I don't know if it's going to continue now because without Ben Simmons in there, it drastically changes Team Bird's defensive identity and offensive identity. They do a lot of things with Ben Simmons in the post, too, as well, to get mismatches, to get Bird open shots off the ball. This is going to put a lot of pressure on the other guards for Team Larry Bird to make plays, perhaps in the pick-and-roll game more so, because Team Bird doesn't use a lot of pick-and-roll. If you watch these games with Team Bird, not a lot of pick-and-roll. Pretty much everything is down on the post and off screens and pin-downs. You don't see a lot of isolations or a lot of pick and roll. That's what I probably have to change going forward without Ben Simmons because you don't have that 6'10" advantage and his ability to push the ball and his defensive impact. But having said that, you still got the Birdman here giving you 32 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists, 3 steals, no turnovers. Yet again, another perfect game by Larry Bird. I mean, he doesn't score as much as like Jordan or Dr. J, but, man, Bird be having some of the prettiest stat lines. He be having some of the 32 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists, 3 steals, no turnovers, and only takes 24 shots, 2 for 4 from downtown, 2 for 2, 2 offensive rebounds, only 2 fouls. Bird be having some of the prettiest stat lines, man. Like perfect basketball stats. It's nothing like over the top. Like you never see him scoring 60 all that often, but man, he rarely ever has turnovers. Then you have Sabonis over here played great. He had 19 rebounds, feasting off some of the misses from Team Bird, offensive rebounds. Ball came off the bench as usual. a big candidate for Sixth Man of the Year here in the Modern Era series here at the Legends. But, again, let's go here and take a look here at some of Larry Bird's highlights. With Ben Simmons now being hurt, it's going to drastically alter Team Bird's makeup, and we'll see how they respond as they're going to get tested the next 2 games as they're going against, obviously, Tyrese Halliburton, one of the premier point guards of the Modern Era, and then the ultimate point guard in Magic Johnson after that. So we'll see what happens, guys. That game in Indiana is going to be unbelievable because now without Ben Simmons there, Halliburton's going to run wild. He was going to have a good game probably anyway, but now Team Bird's extremely small in the backcourt now without Ben Simmons. You might have to see Koulibaly playing some point guard defensively or something like it, because they got like maybe put Koulibaly or Champagne at the point guard spot to plug those gaps up. But we'll see what happens. But Team Bird here, this was absolute. This was beautiful basketball here. That was just an absolute clinic, and you just saw one good team executing while the other team was just doing, quite frankly, just playing stupid low IQ basketball. Again, we see it all too often in the Modern Era, unfortunately. But as we go to the standings here, Team Bird now playing pity pat with that #1 record in the Eastern Conference. As you can see at the top, they are tied with Team Jordan at 27-5. But the reason why Team Bird's over them, they beat Michael Jordan twice in 1 week, and they have the tiebreaker. As a matter of fact, this is a game right here where Larry Bird hit the game-winning shot at the end. Excuse me, sorry about that. Where Michael Jordan hit the first game winner, what we thought was going to be the game winner, and then Bird came back and hit the game-winning shot. So you had a situation where if you change that result, Team Jordan would have the number, would probably be in the driver's seat. But Team Bird able to get the games they need. They're on a 21-game winning streak, which is just absolutely insane. But as I've said before, with the injury to Ben Simmons, as we see here, it's going to drastically alter the team. Drastically, because he does so many things for them with his post-ups, his ball pushing, his rebounding, and his defense on perimeter players here in the Modern Era. So we'll see how Team Bird endures with that. But moving along, let's go ahead and take a look at the Daily View and see who is the next game up in the series today. I believe that is it. So we're going to progress to tomorrow, the next day, and it will be the Bad Boys taking on the Sixers. And then it will be Chamberlain taking on the Phoenix Suns. So there was only 2 games for that day. So let's go ahead and move that along. Bad Boys are up next. Sixers and Bad Boys. And Ben Simmons is hurt. He can play through it, but you don't want him to do that because he could aggravate that, and then you'll have a long-term problem for your long-term aspirations. So I know Team Bird wants to keep that win streak going, but if you want to win the championship, you rest your guy, man. So, and I'll do that on my own. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through that. I'll do it on my own time. I'll go ahead and fix that roster change there. But coming up next, it'll be the Bad Boys taking on the Sixers, and the Sixers have been giving people some good games here. We've seen them actually upset Team Dream, and they gave Team Kareem a good game. So the Sixers have been a problem here for some of these Modern Era teams because they actually have a good inside-outside combination with Maxey and Grimes that matches up very well with all these teams because in any given situation, they can impact the game from the perimeter or inside. Because we've seen some of the Modern Era teams have good centers but not very good guard play, or they have good guard play but not very good inside play. It's very few of the Modern Era teams that really have an inside combination. Like for instance, we saw that Team Showtime got dominated inside by Team Dream with their inside presence. Even though Magic Johnson had a great game, he wasn't able to overcompensate for that. How you doing, Sideshow? Yeah, you're a little late, brother. I'm getting ready to end the stream here. I'll see you for the next one, but thanks for showing up, brother. You know, you're always welcome. Hope you're enjoying the content as we're going on this journey here. Team Bird with an absolute clinic in this game here, but Ben Simmons has been injured. For those that are coming in late, let's go ahead and recap that. My man Sideshow's coming in. I'll go ahead and recap that for him. Here, see you soon, yeah. But before you go, brother, just want to let you know that Team Larry Bird has extended their streak to 21 games in a row in an absolute clinic versus the Celtics here. Just absolutely destroyed them. The Celtics came in here and played some of the dumbest basketball you ever want to see. Look at those stats, brothers. Team Bird with an absolute clinic. The Celtics shot 46 threes just to make 11. Just, if you go back and watch the game film, Team Larry Bird might win it all. Yeah, he might win it all. But check this out. Ben Simmons, a key member, even if this game, he's hurt for the next 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks, man. So that's going to drastically, exactly. It was one of the shittiest offense you ever want to see. Meanwhile, Team Bird's coming down executing, just giving easy shots, rebounds. It was like a tale of two different cities, so to speak. But again, Ben Simmons is hurt, and if you've been watching, you know how Ben Simmons interacts with this team, with his post-ups on smaller guards, getting double teams, which frees up Bird to get easier shots on the outside, his ability to push the ball, and most importantly, his defense on some of the great perimeter players of the modern era, like the Kawhi Leonards of the world. Well, and most importantly, in the next couple of games, remember, Team Bird will be playing against Halliburton and then Magic Johnson and then Maxey. Those are the players that Ben Simmons will be required to guard against. He will no longer be there. And then you got to factor in here, he's going to have to go against right here next year, week, Cade Cunningham. So without Ben Simmons being there, it's going to be a significant hole in Team Bird's defense. I don't think their offense will suffer as much because they have other options, but defensively, it will cause problems because they really don't have anybody else besides Ben Simmons to guard these guards. Again, you got Halliburton coming in next game. Then you got the ultimate point guard, Magic Johnson, the greatest to ever do it. And then you got Tyrese Maxey coming in. You got to deal with him. And then you got Magic again after that. And then Cade Cunningham. So this injury to Ben Simmons could not have come in a worse time for Ben. And then you got Cade again. Then you got Stephen Curry. Then you got Cade again. And then you got SGA. And then you got Kobe. So then you got And then you got Kyrie Irving. So they're going to face some of the league's best point guards in this next 3-4 week schedule. Team Bird's going to get absolutely blitzed at the point guard position. Look at the point guards you're going to be facing. Again, Halliburton, Magic Johnson, Tyrese Maxey, Magic Johnson again, Cade Cunningham. You get a break tonight with the Bucks, but you got Giannis is there. So who's going to guard Giannis? That would normally be Ben Simmons, so you don't have him for Giannis. Then you got Cade Cunningham again. Then you got Stephen Curry. Then you got Cade Cunningham again. Then you got SGA. Then you got Devin Booker. And then you got Kobe. And then you got Kyrie Irving. And then you got Kobe again. Then you got Kobe again here. So, it's just going to be a nightmare at the point guard position. So this injury to Ben Simmons could not have come at a worse time for Team Bird, especially when they're in this hellacious battle, as you see to the left side, a battle for that number one spot where any kind of 2-game or 3-game losing streak can knock you out. So Team Bird has been enjoying a lot of good fortune lately, but now the adversity is on, and we will see how they respond in these next several weeks. With Ben Simmons again, he will be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. That's crazy, man. When you really think, look at that schedule, man. Those are some of the most vicious point guards in the league coming at you, and you got to guard them with your best defensive player being out. Good luck with that. This is all the way. Then it doesn't get any easier. All the way to All-Star break. Then you got to deal with Donovan Mitchell and James Harden down there. And then you got Jamal Murray. Then you got Damian Lillard. Man. Shoo. By that time, Ben Simmons probably back by that time after All-Star break. But they're going to get blitzed, man. And if they have any kind of a losing streak in here, you can just about forget about it because the way Team Jordan's been playing and the way Chamberlain's been playing, the bad boys, if they get any kind of a 2-game or 3-game lead, you're not going to catch them at this point. So we will see what happens, guys. But the next game in the series, with that being documented, will be the Bad Boys taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. And the Bad Boys have lost their last 2 games as we cover them. Look at that. The Bad Boys have suffered their first 2-game losing streak of the season. And we take a look back at this. they were actually against two legend teams, one to Olajuwon and then Team Jordan, the game they needed to get. So now the bad boys are kind of on the bubble, but they are healthy. They don't have a health problem. But they need to get back to winning games because right now they're a game and a half out of number one spot for that. They're still in the hunt, but they better start winning games because they lose again, man. They lose again, they might not catch up. That 2-game lead is going to be almost impossible to make up. With the way the Trotters and Jordan and then Team Bird, even though Team Bird has the injury, they're still up there. They got the record. And more importantly, too, the bad boys want to keep winning to get those tiebreakers in tow because the only team that they have tiebreakers on right now is Team Larry Bird. They don't have it with Team Jordan. They haven't played Team Chamberlain yet, and they haven't played Team Kareem. So they need to keep winning games before they get to these tiebreaker situations, just in case they do lose them. At least you'll have your record up to where you can still be in contention. So a lot is going on right here at this crucial juncture in the season. As I said before, December and January are pretty much the months where the NBA season pretty much takes shape, and you can pretty much see who's going to have your position battles throughout. And with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and set the next game stage here for you guys before I end the video. And, yeah, it's going to be a Donnybrook as Tyrese Maxey and Isiah Thomas do battle in Chicago with Joel Embiid going against that fearsome front line of the bad boys. We'll see how he interacts with the physicality. And with that, guys, I will end this stream, and I will ask you guys to like, share the content, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time with the ongoing coverage of the NBA Legends Modern Era Ultimate Season Showdown. Who's going to win this thing? Man, Larry Bird's team's winning 21 games in a row, but now Ben Simmons is out. We'll see how the Birdman responds. Isiah Thomas is on a 2-game losing streak. Needs to get back in it. Can he get it going? We'll find out next time, guys. Thanks for watching.